Hi there, my name is Dr. Brian Sugrue, and I'm the instructor of tuba and euphonium here at Colorado State University. I'm here today to talk about and demonstrate for you the required excerpts for the Colorado All-State Band 2025-2026 season. The first part of your audition will be to perform the A-flat major and E harmonic minor scales in 2 octaves, followed by a 2-octave full-range chromatic scale. You will also be required to perform excerpts from Blazevich's 70 Studies in B-flat, Volume 1. The first excerpt is a lyrical excerpt from Etude number 9. You'll be playing from the pickup to measure 27 all the way to the end of the etude. The first thing you notice right off the bat is tempo primo, quarter note equals 76. Now, when you have a lyrical etude, you'll want to push and pull here and there. You'll want to have that desire to do so. But the important thing is, even though if you may want to employ some rubato where you can stretch and push some time a little bit, the tempo still needs to remain consistent throughout. To start this excerpt, you have a dotted 8th 16th figure. You want to make sure that you play this rhythmically accurate by subdividing. And as you go through, you want to subdivide every time you have a pickup to make sure that you're playing an accurate rhythm and maintaining that tempo. You're at a piano dynamic, and so you want to make sure that you have a nice full sound all the way through. Don't play too soft to where your sound then suffers. Once you get to measure 35, you'll notice it says con moto. This section is going to pick up a little bit in tempo, and you're going to play with a little bit more energy. The articulations still should stay the same. Our goal is consistency throughout. When you get to measure 39, you'll notice you're back to tempo primo. That's quarter note equals 76 again, the same tempo from the beginning. You'll have a stylistic change with these tenuto markings and this ascending figure. Tenutos, I always like to picture them as if I'm a string player and I'm putting that extra pressure on the bow, just with a little bit of separation. So you just have that little extra weight, not a harder tongue, not a harder tongue at all, just extra weight on those notes. Then after the tenuto, you get back to that flowing lyricism from before. Again, we see another dotted 8th 16th. We want to make sure we are subdividing through that. 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2. To conclude this excerpt, we have an espressivo marking. Again, this is your moment to make sure that you are playing with the most beautiful sound you can imagine. Just really picture the sound that you want in your head and make that come to fruition. As the piece ends, you have this ascending figure where you want to make sure you maintain an evenness of sound all the way through the top, and you're not really interrupting the phrase through these groupings of 2 eighth notes. Then finally, you have this nice sustained D in the middle of the staff, a little swell and a little taper at the end, and feel free for that extra color to add some vibrato throughout. For your second excerpt from Blazevich's 70 Studies, you'll be playing from Etude 29. This is completely different from the excerpt before. That one was lyrical, this one's much faster and more articulate. Again, the game is consistency. We want to make sure that whatever articulation we use in the beginning, that articulation is consistent all the way throughout. Whether it's a to or a tu or a ta, once you pick what articulation you're going to be using, make it the same throughout everything. Now, as you'll notice, the tempo is marked allegro giacoso. Half note equals 76, not quarter note equals 76. So it's going to be a bit faster in a 2-2 time signature. To really stand out from the rest, you want to make sure that you emphasize your dynamic changes. You'll notice at first it starts with a solid forte, ba 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 ba, followed immediately by a piano dynamic, as an ascending line grows back to a forte. Really exaggerate that, but maintain a good quality sound throughout. Don't get blatty on the forte section. Once you hit the 3-2 time change, you want to make sure that you have these accents, that these are consistent. So every time in measure 27, 28, and 29, those accented notes are going to be the same shape. Da, 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 and so forth. In measure 29, though, you want to make sure you take a big breath, as you have a really long eighth note phrase all the way through to measure 33. If you need to take a breath in the middle of that phrase, make sure your tempo is still consistent and you're not stopping in the middle of it. If you have to, you can omit a note. Again, the goal for this excerpt is consistency. Consistency in rhythm, consistency in articulation, consistency in sound, upper to lower registers, make sure that's consistent, and then consistency in tempo. When things are consistent, things are authoritative, and when things are authoritative, people listen. So if you want to succeed in this audition, consistency is your best friend. Thank you for watching and listening to this video. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me via email, and I'm happy to help however I can.